All right, hello there. Take two. Because I had my audio set up like a shitbird the first time, so we're doing this again. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming to my channel. Hopefully this isn't your first time, but if it is, thank you. Subscribe, all that happy horse shit. This is just some more something I was looking at, spiraled into something else. So we're just going to go through that. Just three little things, probably 10 minutes or so, not too long. So let's go look at it now. All right, so this was the first thing. This central Pennsylvania township does and does not exist. Cold Springs Township in Lebanon County, which is not far from me at all. It's a place I've gone hiking and shit a lot. Gold Mine Road. If you ask the folks of Cold Spring Township directions to the municipal building, you might get a laugh like you're starting to tell an old joke. If in your innocence you persist, they'll shake their heads and tell you there isn't one. Here's what Cold Spring doesn't have. It doesn't have a road department, snow plows, or a pothole budget. It doesn't have zoning, planning commission, or as one resident put it, anyone else to tell you when you can't build a shed. It doesn't have a police chief or a parking ticket enforcement, nor is there sewage or water department. Cold Spring Township does not have a single elected official. There are no local municipal taxes. I don't know about all of you, but I think this sounds fucking awesome. The only road is a state-maintained public road, Gold Mine Road, that was named not for gold, but rather for coal mines, because that makes a whole lot of sense. You look around and say, hey, look at all these coal mines. Let's call this area fucking Gold Mine Road. I don't get that. There's other gold mine roads around here too, but not any gold mines as far as I know. So, yeah. Since 1961, apparently, people just stopped running for office. So I think this is a huge thing here, and I think this is important because so many people act like opting out of politics is not helping or somehow contributes to making it worse. But here in this township, these people just fucking stopped, and now they don't have local government. And then they also have to inform you that they do vote, by the way, in a neighboring township, which just does not fucking make sense to me, because down here they say if you ask anyone if they thought about starting a government or running for office, they'll look at you funny. Why would you want to do that? But then they vote. Well, what? So they like telling other fucking people what to do, but they don't want anyone telling them what to do, right? So whatever. But yeah, so it says 50 residents, I believe. So this was all a resort in the 1850s. Which is something else that doesn't make sense in my brain, because I thought in the 1850s we were all like farmers and shit, but people were taking vacations to resorts. This is all like ruins in the woods now. You can go find old foundations and like old, like the railroad bed is there obviously, and like the turntable from the railroad and that kind of stuff. There's all sorts of cool old shit, old cemetery. Been there a lot. So this led me on, here's lots of stuff like that. Old stone walls. Lots of things that, at this point I have tons of other questions about. So anyway, that led me into this. Mysterious Mr. Hughes, which is kind of funny because this is like a local slang thing. Hughes, like, where are yous going? But anyway, this guy was named in local newspapers and they could never figure out who he was. Well, it turns out Mr. Hughes was in fact Walter Hughes, and he went to see some things in here just don't compute to me, but it says a newspaper article from 1916 headline Walter Hughes to live in the wilds. The wilds were identified as Lotel, Lebanon County, or in other words, Cold Springs. So that was news in 1916, like some guy moving to somewhere else was news. I don't quite understand that, but whatever, we'll just go with it. So he was into trying to get young people into outdoorsy shit, even back in, 1900. Boy Scouts, YMCA. He was trying to set up like a campground where people could come and learn outdoorsmanship or whatever you'd want to call it. Couldn't really find much on this guy, and then they managed to contact a relative I think in California, who they managed to dig up this old photo. And this is Walter Hughes, his son Peter. I guess it says 1916. I guess in 1916 you let your child take a header off the fucking spring. But yeah, so I think this is like the spring, like in Cold Springs, which I've never seen this before, which just seems odd that it's the namesake, and I don't know, I've never heard anyone mention it there. But this looks old here, like this foundation and these walls of this, that stuff seems old to me. Usually, when you try to look up Cold Springs, you pretty much get this, or pictures of the old, this stuff, which I've seen and taken a million pictures of too. But where's all this? That's what I don't really understand. Where are these pictures? I'd like to know where this is exactly. I wonder if you can find it. So anyway, the structure appears in only one other photo of Cold Spring. Yeah, so these are the only... Okay, this has 1920s. Ditzler, that's another pretty big name around here. So it's, I don't know, it's like a lot of stuff where they finally figured out who this guy was, but then eventually there was just no mention of him again. He went to... But it says he went to South Carolina, and then no local Pennsylvania paper ever talked about him again. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of any of that, really. Just thought it was interesting though, because I've been in this area and hiking and shit many times. So that just reminded me of this, which I had to dig up on my Facebook. I saw this years ago. This is from 2013. This guy hiking found this hole in the side of the mountain, and it was so interesting that it was featured on the History Channel. And they concluded it may have been built by Freemasons in the 1700s or by Bronze Age Irish sailors. So I don't know. I just thought this was interesting as hell. And this, first of all, holes in the ground with water in just fucking creep me out. But this almost looks like something was used to bore it, the way it has these markings. I don't know. And there was even more of interest than like this story itself. Years ago when I found this, there was a comment down here, which isn't here anymore. Oh yeah, also the video of the History Channel has been taken down, so whatever that means. But somebody made a comment about like there being, hidden mounds and monoliths and stuff like this all over Pennsylvania and New York, and more stuff about Freemasons and flowing water being sacred to natives and all this sort of shit. It was a really interesting comment, and it's gone now. So that's how good of a comment it was. That's actually all for this little outing. Managed to wrap it up rather quick just because I already went through all this once and it sounded like shit. So yeah, if you try looking up Cold Springs, it's kind of hard because there are places everywhere named Cold Spring or Cold Springs. But this was the main thing I really wanted to kind of hammer home, that we can fucking opt out of the political system, even if it's only 50 people at a time. It can be done. They're doing it here not too far from where I live. I always wondered, can I just go, if there's woods out there, can I just go there and post up in a tent and fucking stay? I don't know. Imagine it wouldn't be that easy. But thank you for tuning in for my little expose here. I appreciate it. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, share this with somebody who may find it interesting. I have some other videos in the works, already recorded and everything. I just gotta edit them down and all that. So keep your eye out. Oh geez. Keep your eye out. hit the premieres when they come up, so then we can chat and stuff. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a great day.